Hey guys, it is Friday here in West Virginia, and today we're doing our Free It Friday as usual, but it's going to be kind of like a Mopar Monday because we're unboxing a bunch of Mopars for you. Most of them are pre-2010, so I'd even call them like vintage pieces in some manners. And then we have one, I think, from 2022. But anyways, the reason we're doing that because I have so many Mopars accumulating that I have to start doing some for Free It Friday. I was trying to do Mopar Monday and then Free It Friday with whatever I find at Walmart or some of the new lowriders I'm adding, but it just didn't go the way I wanted it to. So anyways, today this is our first guy we're looking at. This is the Under the Hood Club. This was a club, and I think it still is a club offered by Greenlight, and you get limited edition cars and the opportunity to buy them, kind of like RLC, I guess. I never joined the Under the Hood Club. I never joined any club besides RLC, to be honest with you, so I don't know much about it. But the cars are pretty cool that they released. They are colors that you will not find anywhere else. For example, they never released this guy here, the AAR Cuda, in sublime green or sassy grass anywhere else besides Under the Hood Club. Now, they do have it in their regular series in yellow, orange, white, and black, and maybe even a couple other colors. I'm not sure. Those are the ones that I have. And then the Under the Hood Club was the sublime. So, and you could see it's got the words Under the Hood Club on the deck lid of the car. And the cars are numbered. And this is number 259. I'm not sure how many are produced. I think it said somewhere on here that, well, the first 1,000 members get cars. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's 1,000 cars. 1,000 of these are made. And some of them are pretty valuable. Like the prices are pretty high on eBay. This is not one of them. This guy, if you can find it, usually goes for 20 bucks or less. It's a really cool piece too. So happy to add this one in my AAR collection because I like having a variety of colors in the AARs and the TA Challengers. It's just something I'm trying to do for the diorama. It's some days I change it up and put even the Plymouth at the Dodge dealership. But yeah, I was happy to find this one for a decent price. So now moving along, we have, we'll go ahead and do the newer one. This is from 2022. This is one of the few Johnny Lightning cars that is pretty close to being true to scale for 1/64th. Their 67 Plymouth GTX is a really nice car, really nice casting. I don't think anyone else makes it besides Hot Wheels. Hot Wheels has, I think, a 67 Plymouth, but they haven't released it for a while as far as I can remember. Greenlight does not have one. Auto World doesn't have one. Neither does M2. So there's not a lot of options out there for this casting. So anyways, here are some of the muscle facts. 1967 Plymouth GTX came standard with the 440 375 horse engine. One option was the 426 Hemi with 425 horsepower. And then 720 units of the 67 Plymouth GTX were produced with the Hemi. And that's cool to know. That's actually more than I thought. So there's quite a few Hemi GTXs for 67. And as I said, this is from 2022, I believe. Oh, up here it says Muscle Cars USA. And usually, yeah, there it is, 2022. So anyways, let's get him out and take a look at him. They do make a lot of different variants of this, even from back in the day when Plain Mantis owned the company. There's a couple really cool ones that I'd like to eventually get. I used to have one of them. It's like a teal turquoise color, and it's a white soft top. It's supposed to be the convertible with the top up, which is pretty cool. These are plastic roof cars because they do come as convertibles and hard tops, or the one that I was just mentioning, a convertible with the soft top up. There's quite a few decent looking color combos of this car that are available. Some of them are okay, like I don't know, they're like the Monopoly cars and things like that. I don't really dig, but this one here is especially cool. I love the black cars with the red interiors, and this has red stripes to kind of help highlight the scoops on the hood and such. So really, really cool looking car. Nice detail on the front, sides, and undercarriage is nicely detailed there, metal and metal, rubber tires, and nice detail in the tail panel and tail lights. And as I said, these are pretty close to scale. The 67 Dodge Coronet is pretty much the same platform. It's a B body. And I put it next to this, the Greenlight one, and they're almost exactly the same size. The Coronet is just a hair bit longer, but if you look at the statistics of the real ones, the real GTX is 200 inches long, and the Coronet is like 203 inches long. So it's pretty close. And the width is exactly the same. So yeah, this thing will fit in good in the dioramas and other areas where I display them. So I was happy to see that. It's been a long time since I had one. So I ordered one to try it. So now it's a go to get some more of them in the collection. And now going to M2. This is one of their most beautiful Cudas I think they released. I love the dog dish caps with the color match steel rims. They have a few of them like this. They have a black one too. That is black wheels, black paint, black billboards, black interior, the whole 9 yards. And it's one of the early releases. The only problem with that one, I bought one before last year and the paint was bad on it. It looked like it had gotten paint rash or something like that, or zinc rot was starting to happen. This guy here is from release 12 of Detroit Muscle, and that was from back in, I believe, 2009, 2010. So, really cool car. Very happy to find this one at a reasonable price. Some of these old M2s are getting a little bit pricey. Couple reasons being because the quantity was very low. The production numbers were low on the early releases. And also the quality control was much, much better in their earlier years and such, and the details were much better. Like a lot of cars nowadays, they don't have the acrylic lights. They will just use paint or something like that. As you can see, this guy has red acrylic tail light lenses. Nowadays, I think they're just painted on. And the doors line up really nice on this one. So even on the earlier ones, sometimes the doors don't close that well. And that's understandable. You're going to have that with some of these opening parts cars. That's why I prefer not to even have opening parts. If anything, the opening hood, but like some of the manufacturers, such as Greenlight, they don't scale their engines correctly on all of their cars. So it would be better off if they just kept the hood closed. So, and I think they learned that. I think that's why a lot of their newer releases, new castings, are coming with sealed parts. They don't have any opening parts because, well, it just doesn't pay off for them to do it. The only thing they did wrong with the M2s are the billboards. They're gloss. They should have been matte finish, but still yet something like the Scoop. Still yet though, it's really a cool looking car. And black engine. And this is a Hemi. Really cool. There's another one that I'm trying to get. I have a couple coming that I finally got my hands on of the M271 Cudas. I have the orange one with the white billboards and white top coming. It's pretty cool. And then I have the all green. It's the same color, sassy grass, and it is all green, no stripes, nothing. It's a 340 car, really cool looking piece. And the one that I'm after now is the all purple one from release 27. I had the counterpart that has the white billboards, but there's one that's all purple with the stilly painted rims and the dog dish cabs. So moving along to our last Johnny Lightning piece, and this is the earlier one. I think this is from '06. And this is from their, well, I guess I was going to say car cover series, but that says High Impact Muscle. And that's exactly what Mopar is most well known for. That's why I'm kind of surprised they picked something as bland as white. They should have done, I don't know, like pink or orange or even one of these colors up here, but they just went with plain white. It seems kind of odd that they did that, but still, yet it's a cool car. Kind of a mild for a 340 car. There's no scoops, no hood stripes, no going, but it does have the side stripe with the indication that it is a 340 H code car. So that is cool. And it comes with this car cover. I have not used the car cover yet, but I have had this out of the package. I'm hoping that somebody soon releases some more dusters that are accurate. These are okay. They're not bad. And then somebody else releases a Demon, especially the 71, 72 Demon. Because the Johnny Lightning one is okay, but the rear wheel opening's kind of weird on it. I wish Greenlight or Auto World would launch one of these fastback style A-bodies, either dusters or Demons or both. Preferably both, but I would prefer maybe just to get the Demons and such, because the Johnny Lightning Duster is pretty nice. You can see opening hood and such, and detailed engine, and it has a green interior, which is kind of odd, but it is kind of like a real one would have been. Not always did they have the black gut, so white with a darker green interior and the black side stripe is pretty cool. It's got the shark tooth grill. That's another thing. I wish somebody would relaunch a couple dusters with just standard grills. Maybe Johnny Lightning has done it. I just can't recall. But the shark tooth grill is the most notable grill for, I think, any A-body. So really nicely done from Johnny Lightning. And last but not least is another M2. And this is one that I've been after for a while for a reasonable price. I see now why it was only 12 bucks. You can see the package is pretty much shot, but I did not care about that so much. I just wanted the car, and most of the time when I was finding this car, it was like 25 or 30 bucks, and I just can't see paying that for a regular M2, but some of them are starting to pull that kind of money. It's kind of crazy, but it's true. And this one, before we crack it open, this is from release 8 of the Detroit Muscle, and this is from 2009. And this release that's what I liked about the older packages. They told you what was in the release. There was a 66 Charger in black, 69 Dodge Daytona in turquoise. That would have been pretty. And the 71 Charger in plum, 70 Super Bee gold and black. That would have been pretty cool too. A 67 Nova in white and a 70 Ford Mustang in grabber orange. Well, grabber, but it would have been grabber orange too, is what they called the color. So that is pretty cool. That sounds like a really nice lineup, actually. Yeah, the earlier Detroit Muscle stuff from M2 was really cool. That's when they still, like, tried to make them look like stock appearing muscle cars. And I seen that they're coming up with coming out with a release here soon that they're kind of going back to their heyday whenever they were doing Detroit Muscle, and it was all like stock looking muscle car stuff. There's a really cool 71 Challenger coming out that's like a sublime green with a white top, and there's a 71 Charger, but I can't remember if it's a SE or RT. I don't know. But yeah, there's a few other really cool cars in there, and a really nice 69 Camaro too. I can't remember the color, but I just remember the car really popped. It was a really nice one. But anyways, guys, this is the Plum Crazy one, and it's not like the sought-after Hemi car. This is just a 383 car. As you could read maybe on the side of this, the hood scoop there, or the hood bulge they called it, 383 Magnum. As you can see, it doesn't have any wide valve covers, dual snorkel air cleaner. Yeah, M2 did a fabulous job on this car. This is one of their nicer releases of the 71. They also have a really nice Moulin Rouge one. They're the only people to have a Moulin Rouge one, besides Hot Wheels, but I don't really count Hot Wheels mainline cars. I'm more including just, you know, the premium stuff. So in premium, if you want a Plum Crazy RT or a Panther Pink RT, the only way to get it is through M2 Machines. So that is pretty much it, guys, for today for our Free It Friday. Brought you out 5 nice Mopars. And we'll be back again on Mopar Monday to do more Mopars. Unless something pops up over the weekend, and we'll show it off in some spontaneous videos over the weekend. But I'm not sure that's going to happen. But turn on your notification bell so you know when it does happen. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great weekend.